Mulching is a popular and cost-effective way to do some landscaping around your home and in your garden.
But what type of mulch should you use? How much should you use? Well, in this edition of Bugs, Lawns, and Gardens, we went looking for those very answers. As we're suffering through those dog days of summer, it's good to keep an eye on early fall if you're thinking about laying some new mulch. There are several benefits with mulch, and to explain why, as well as some do's and don'ts, we asked Andreas Panagor, who owns Ecoscape LLC with his wife, a Roanoke-based landscaping company that prides itself on being eco-friendly.
Mulch has a lot of advantages. It can be a weed suppressant, it can hold water so that the plants don't dry out as quickly, it can protect, it's an insulator, and as it breaks down, it can create a nutrient-dense topsoil that the plants can use later on.
When choosing what type of mulch, Andreas suggests anything natural.
This mulch behind me is just regular shredded hardwood. We use this on almost all of our gardens. It is the most readily accessible. It's not dyed, so it may fade a lot quicker. The dyed mulches, although they look the color longer, they do tend to be made out of things like pellets, which may or may not be treated. If it is treated, then eventually it will leach out some of that copper, the heavy metals.
As for how much you need, plan for a single application about 2 or 3 inches thick.
You can get a cubic yard of this stuff, which is like 1 scoop generally at a lot of these suppliers, for a relatively cheap price, maybe 50 bucks, something like that. And if you're looking at that in terms of weight, 1 cubic yard is roughly 1 ton, so it's like around 2,000 pounds. Here we used 3 cubic yards.
And don't over mulch your space.
You don't want to mulch every single year. You don't want to end up with 3, 4, 6, 8 inches of mulch on top of these plants. As it heats up, it can cook those root systems. You don't want it to be piled on top of the crown of the plant. That can cause issues as well, such as rot or some other diseases, just through the intense heat.
If you have a steep hill in your yard, you actually don't have to use matting under your mulch. It does more harm than good.
I see it all the time. People put down weed mat or plastic and then toss mulch on top of it, it slides right off. It's always going to migrate. Mulch is the most structural thing you're going to put on that side in terms of a coverage in between plants.
One thing to keep in mind if you lay mulch during a dry stretch, wear a mask for protection.
You don't want to breathe in wood. Use a mask if it's super dry. If it's wet, it's not going to be up in there and it's not really going to be an issue.
If you're battling weeds, mulch may slow them down, but don't expect it to eliminate them.
It isn't going to fix your weeding issue. You got to get out there and do something about it.
Another story you often hear is mulch attracts termites. While that could be the case, it's something Andreas has never run into.
I've never seen it. If you have a giant pile of wood chips next to your house, that'd be a problem. But in gardens, I've never seen it.
Maybe you're thinking about the shredded tire mulch as an alternative in your garden. Andreas says, stay away.
First of all, it stinks when it gets hot. And I don't know if you've ever seen a tire burn before, like in the intro to The Simpsons cartoon, there's that forever tire fire. If that stuff catches, that's going to go for a long time, and it's disgusting. It's good for playgrounds, kids will bounce right off it, but you don't want it in your garden.
They'll bounce right back. So if you'd like to contact the business in this segment, you can go to ecoscapeva.com. You can also give them a call, the number right there on your screen. Andreas was saying too, I mean, we talked for half an hour or more. And he's got so many different things that, remember I was telling you about the stone, for instance. You know, a lot of people put river rock down, and he said that it can sink over time because of like that thick kind of clay, dense clay that we have here in Southwest Virginia. So that's another segment possibility. He was telling me about some other root systems that trees and plants can kind of communicate with each other when, hey, need some food over here, need some water over here. Just so, and no pun intended, so much deeper that goes into this conversation that, we're hoping to have he and his wife on the show at some point.
I gotta say, he's a great interview.
Yeah, fantastic. Just a wealth of knowledge and very big into kind of like the natural side of it, you know, not dumping a bunch of herbicide and chemical and stuff on your yard. So appreciate you, Andreas.
Yeah, we need to bring him on the show. I got some more questions.
Yeah, I always questions.
About planting.
That's right.
Oh, Bugs, Lawns, and Gardens. We could keep this thing going forever.
We could.
All right, we got to take a break, though. We'll be right back.